Social media. How much should you post on social media? I get this question asked often. And I think a lot of restaurant owners, business owners are afraid to post on social media. They're just afraid. They're like, I don't want to post. I don't want to post that much. And here's how to look at it. And this is what Grant Cardone says about it. He said it's like throwing a brick into the Grand Canyon. He goes, the Grand Canyon is massive and a brick is so small. There's so much out there in the social media hemisphere that your content is waiting to go out there. So I want to talk about a couple general rules. And, rules, social media is so new that, are there specifically rules, and who says these are rules? These are the guidelines that I like to use for social media, okay? I know a lot of restaurants that sit there and post every single day like clockwork their specials. It's 11:30 or 11 a.m. Here are our specials for a day. You look at their Twitter feed or you look at their Facebook. You look at their Facebook wall actually, and it's just like all they've done is post their specials for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then when they forget because they get busy or something, you go back and it's like the last post was a month ago. And it was their specials. None of that stuff is relevant at that point. So anyone would want to even look at your stuff any further than that. And for me, that's a major, major no-no. So here's the guidelines that I like to do. I like to post a lot of educational things, informative things, content that people are going to go back to and want to look at. Excuse me, content that people are going to want to go back and look at and say, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, hey, this restaurant serves this local beef because it's this, and this, or this is why they use that salt, or hey, look at this cool product they did, or hey, look at this awesome event they did that they do every 4th of July. Maybe they'll do it again next year. So it's a matter of posting content that's not a direct sell. Now, of course, you're in business, and social media sells stuff. Let's face it, social media is a great way to sell things. So I like to balance my posts with maybe 50-50, or 75% information, 25% hard sell, where it's like, hey, this is what's going on right now. Come and spend money with me. And I did a video just recently on how social media is like a relationship, like dating. You just don't throw all your goods out there at one time. You don't walk up. You don't go to a first date and propose on a first date. You want to get to know each other. You want to make sure there's long-lasting foundation there. And that's basically, you have to look at your social media posts. You want foundation in your social media posts to where you're going to go back and say, hey, there's some value to what this restaurant or this business is doing, or this car dealership or automotive repair or shoe store. Hey, look, they're giving these awesome tips on running. And of course, it's a running store and they're going to sell running shoes, but hey, these are cool running shoes, and you want to go back and reference things. So Grant Cardone, if you don't know him, look him up. Grant Cardone, C-A-R-D-O-N-E. Look him up. He touts himself as one of the world's best salespeople. He has some great books out there. Multi-millionaire. He says, keep tweeting. In fact, in one of his books, which one is it? Obsessive. In the Obsessive book, he says that he told his staff to post every 6 minutes content that was related to his topic on his Twitter. Tweeted every 6 minutes. Gary Vaynerchuk in the past has been, really like, well, don't post too much and don't post the same thing twice. Gary V was really, really upset when people would post the same thing twice. And maybe that's why he dropped me. He was following me at one point. But now Gary V has actually retracted that. Gary Vaynerchuk has actually retracted and said, you know what? The tweetosphere is so big out there that you can post the same content again, because what somebody saw one time in your feed, they may not see the next time, or they might have missed it the first time. So he says it's totally legitimate to go back out there. He has some really good books like Crush It, Cashing In on Your Passion. Another one is The Thank You Economy. Really, really good book. Check out Gary V, V-E-E. He goes by Gary V. It's Gary Vaynerchuk. Wine Library TV made him famous. That was his call to fame, his daily show, or not even a couple times a week show on wine reviews. And again, he wasn't hard selling the wine. He wasn't there actually selling and saying, this is what you have to buy from me. He was saying, hey, here's 3 wines. I hate it. I love it. It tastes like shoe leather. It tastes like burnt tire. It tastes like an eclair. Throw it out or buy it or this, that. And I'm going to just throw a random number up. Like, I give this wine 92 points. And his show got so big, his internet show got so big, that his rating system was actually more favorable to sell wine than Robert Parker. Robert Parker, the longtime wine advocate, editor, founder in chief there, that spends a lot of time doing what he does over 30, 40 years to be able to put up ratings. And Gary Vaynerchuk was just out there being fun and silly and being real, not editing his stuff. And it was really cool to see all that go down. So how much should you be posting? Post, post, post. Don't annoy people. We're the point where you're just sitting out there and throwing like a restaurant where they're throwing out the same exact specials every single day. Give me a moment, I'll be right with you. Just finishing up a video. Yeah, about a minute. So, you know, it's things like this, like just be real on the actual video. There's going to be haters. People are going to hate you. People aren't going to want to follow you. You know what? There's how many billions of people in the world? If you're putting up good content, people will follow you. And like Grant Cardone says, if half the people in the country hated me, I'd have a chance to be president. So don't get down on the haters. The haters are there. They're going to be there, and that's the bottom line. So keep posting. Follow me, One Chef on a Mission, the numeral one Chef on a Mission on Twitter. Find me there and tweet me.